The data drops now. It's an upward revision for US GDP. 3.3% is the print. The estimate was 3.2%. So this is your second read for US GDP. The initial read 3%. The estimate 3.2. The print 3.3. Personal consumption comes in a little bit softer at 2.3%. The estimate was 2.5. Core PCE for the third quarter, quarter on quarter, coming in a little bit firmer at 1.4%. We were looking for 1.3. So it's an upward revision and a nice little read on US GDP, Alex.
Yeah, and corporate profits also. So they're up 5.4% in the third quarter. It's the first read we're having on corporate profits. That's year on year. In the second quarter, we saw a rise of 6.4%. So rising but slowing sequentially. Financial industry profits, guys, increased almost 14%. It had fallen the last quarter. And bank profits, Federal Reserve bank profits, up 1.5%. So a recovery sort of in profits when it comes to banks and financials. I love getting that read because it really shows where we are.
So here's the situation in the markets. The 530 spread today a little bit steeper, up by a couple of basis points to around 72. Still a sell-off at the front end of the curve. Two-year Treasury yields are pushing that a little bit higher in today's session. The 10-year yield, though, pushing a whole lot higher. We're up by a 1 basis point on the 2-year, up by 4 on the 10 and about 5 on the 30s. The dollar coming through with a little bit of a bid as well. Let's bring the dollar index up. We're up by about a 1/10 of 1% at 93.40. So that gives you a cross-asset feel of the reaction to some of the US data. Let's bring in a guest, shall we? Dan Moss, Bloomberg View global economics columnist, and still with us, Krishna Mamani of Oppenheimer Funds. That is a nice little read on US GDP, Dan.
It's nice to see it stay above 3%.
Yeah.
The numbers don't move around dramatically when you're getting the second and the third estimate, but this is pretty good. One of the most encouraging things about this quarter and the quarter previous to that was the way CapEx, business investment, that long missing ingredient, seems to be starting to come online.